Yes, Lloyd.
Yes, brother.
Thanks for coming, bro.
Anytime, bro.
How you been?
Yeah, no, I've been well. Yeah, just back in the UK now, or back in Wales, back and forth to Northern Ireland at the moment, and doing a project there. But yeah, it's always nice to come back, brother.
Yeah, so like all good podcasts, let's start at the beginning. Where were you born? Where were you brought up?
Yeah, born in Barry, bro. Born at the Butts, the hard knock life of the Butts, and then we moved when I was about 8. That moved downtown, and yeah, my family's like Windrush generation from Jamaica. They worked, my grandfather's at Barry Dock. It's just quite mad, like coming from Jamaica and you're just like this, um, why Barry, So it's very interesting in how that's actually affected my upbringing as well, because Barry's, like I say, it's a very enigmatic place to grow up because it's like 95% white, but it's highly influenced by black culture, the music, the feeling. And so like I never felt left out in that way. And I don't know any other place that I've been really that's like that. So yeah.
Can we go back a bit and talk about your grandfather? And do you know much about where he come from, what part of Jamaica and everything else? And
Yeah, he's from Spanish Town in Jamaica. But I was even speaking to my mum the other day, and I'll have to be honest, it's like, it was my grandfather. He passed away when I was 18. But I didn't understand a word he said. And I mean a word. I couldn't even give you an example. It might as well have been Korean. It was that strong. The patois was so strong. And there was only one other white person that understood him. And it was this, it was either talking to Jamaicans or this Irish guy. And I'd be like, how can he? They're just going back and forth. And I genuinely, like, could not understand the word. But yeah, they came over. My grandfather came over, and then my nan, once he had like got a base and stuff like that and the foundation, then he sent for my nan, and then all my family then was born here.
yeah,
Yeah, so my mum was born here, my uncles.
so your granddad didn't come and meet a Welsh lady
No, no,
already
no.
married. So they were like, so your whole family had come from Jamaica and settled in Barry.
Yeah. And then there's like, generations back, like cousins as well, like great uncles and aunts and shit, like that they came over all at the same time. So yeah, man, it was yeah, like it was blessed. It was
It's
blessed.
amazing. And like I know Barry people, because I'm Barry people, and I so like we fucking love Jamaicans, love Jamaica.
Yeah, bro. Listen, I was even thinking back. I know this is a bit of a segue, but you probably don't even know this because we never talked about it. But you and Bishop were the first people I remember performing at the Vibe, and I even remember the song.
Or was it?
It was ready or not, you can run, they're gonna find you. And then I used to come on, and then he used to come on. I was like, oh shit.
Come on.
No, I'm mentioning that because, like, again, it comes back into it, like like the rap and graffiti and all that culture, like it's very like intertwined in Barry. But when I watched you guys performing, I almost remember being very still watching it, just being very still and just taking it in because it was having an impact on me. It was like, oh wow, I want to do that.
Yeah.
I want to perform. I want to do this. I want to, So like, and that's what art's all about, having an impact on someone. And then, so yeah, thank you for that, bro. Like that's a genuine, true story.
Oh, thank you, man.
Yeah, man.
That's
Yeah, it's proper, bro. Yeah.
yeah,
And then I ended up doing a little rap on there years later. Didn't go as well as yours, but I had my moment.
yeah. Like those days were like, because it all just comes so natural, and like obviously with the progression of it, like the Squid Ninja stuff, and like I've been interviewed so many times about that stuff, and they're saying, how did all that come about? I don't know. It's just so natural to us all. And one like, oh, we're gonna do a rap group, and we're gonna. It's like just happened naturally.
It's a super talented creative place, Barry. Yeah, something in the water, man. Like amazing artists, musicians. Like you even grew up in the youth club with Chiska doing all the breakdancing with Jason Griffiths.
Yeah.
You know, that's like like those things, you know, like they have a great, they shape you in a way that's like, you know, like you're getting in touch with the things that you really enjoy doing, unknowingly knowing that actually this is going to be a real passion. You know, you're kind of just doing it because sometimes you either join it because it's cool, or you like just want to be a part because your friends are a part. But in terms of just like the general creativity growing up, I think like it blows my mind when I really think about it, and it's hard to explain to people who don't come from here.
Yeah.
So like, how many people do you know that have a group of friends and it's like 3 of them are rappers, 3 of them are artists, 3 of them are the breakdancers, 3 of them, and they're all part of this crew, and it's like, yeah, super. I actually, and it's a tiny segue, but I was in the leisure centre not too long ago, and I heard these boys, there must have been like 14, 15, and they were arguing about who was the best between Biggie and Tupac, and it's like, this argument's still going on.
Yeah.
Like, and with a completely new generation, but like, yeah, whatever it is in Barry, I don't know. I think it's been touched by something creative, something.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I've spoke to so many people about this, and like, you know, the talent that's got away and never had a light shone on it, like world class.
This is what I mean. Yeah, no, 100%.
So like the DJs, the rappers, and that having, you know, Martin McCauley, for instance, Agent Q, drum and bass DJ, put him against anyone. He's just gonna like just lick you up quick. And
yeah, and I think that's the other side of the Barry. I would say is like, you know, because most great creativity comes out of some sort of hardship, some sort of need to turn whatever you're feeling into something else. And Barry has a lot of that. It's like a very, I don't know, it's like a fighting town, isn't it? It's a lot of trauma here as well.
Yeah.
But I feel like our generation managed to like create something out of that and not just be so, not feeding back into that.
Yeah.
You know, that pattern. But what happens is that, you know, a lot of people coming from difficult backgrounds, difficult environments, and that's a lot of who you are and your behavior and your responses. And it's hard to break out of that, you know, like to go, okay, I know I'm really, really good at this. How am I going to nurture it and move forward with it? I think that's just the hard thing about Barry. And maybe my generation was a bit luckier because I'm before Macaulay, but like we had the Vibe and the youth clubs and Fran and Cy and Joshua. So we had a few more people that were like really interested in what you're doing and want to make it good, you know?
Yeah.
So we had a bit more of that, and I feel like if the generation before had a bit more of that, you know, maybe it just would have been, you know, just not an easier path or anything like that, but easier to sort of like not be trapped, you know?
Yeah, they were trailblazers, weren't they? And it all got handed down to us, and then down to the next generations. And it's like what people looking, you know, they're, oh, you're doing such a great thing down there. I don't feel it, because I just feel like it's just something I've naturally, you know, it's just who I am. I come from the youth club, and at the youth club we had people like Chiska, and then obviously through Chiska I met Rob Picton, and they're just there to just like put you on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, and it's like, it's, you know what it is? It's the genuine, I don't know, you know how like some people you see like, you know, they're nurses, but they don't really care about people. They don't really give a shit about their job. They just do the job, innit? And it's like, there were none of those types of people in that youth system that were like, oh, I'm just here for a job. I'm just working with kids. It's just something on to do.
Yeah.
They were like, nah. They knew you, like, they knew who you were. They knew the sides of who you were. They knew how to, it's like a bit like a, I don't know, like a man management style. Like, I'm not going to talk to you the same way I'm going to talk to you because you're two different people. And they were like really good at like understanding and just, you know, because it was a lot, like they used to take us, bro, if I think back now, I think, my God, because, you know, some of us were naughty as fuck, and I was in the middle, like, but there's some of you all naughty as fuck.
Yeah.
And we're getting trips to Drayton Manor, going Alton Towers. I'm thinking, what? That's mad. Like, if I was in charge, I'd be like, nah, we ain't going that far.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Big shout out to all the youth workers in Barry, and including yourself, because when I came down here last week and I saw what you were doing, I was like, this is blessed, man.
I feel like we've had to take the reins with it a bit and do our own thing, because no disrespect, I don't know what's going on with the funding and the government and how they're controlling the youth workers, but really what it boils down to is there'll never be another Fran. People like them. Fran should have had Fran Moyle should have had an MBE
100%
years ago. And if we had 100 Frans, this town would be thriving even more. There's not one. I deal with the youth service. There's not one like that. You know, because if you look at like your generation, like all our generation, and then the generations before, they all loved Fran. You know.
Yeah, no, she's special, isn't it? It's like
she introduced us. So Fran was the one who brought Brad Woods into our life, Rubber Cub, Armour, and then for us graffiti boys, like Brad's like our grandfather. We look at him like a grandfather. We love him. We worship him. He's like, boys, why don't I ever pay for nothing? He's like, gosh, don't don't pay for shit. And then hopefully when I'm your age and your position, I won't pay.
Yeah.
But like Fran brought him, and it's just incredible, man. Like what we had off those guys, isn't it?
Yeah, because you look now, what have they got? Just in terms of in comparison, like it was going on like 3-4 nights a week, that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and it'd be like specific days where like, okay, this is just a music day, you know, where everyone's coming, you know, Annie Ham's coming down DJ, and you got your Mav Fatter as well. That's my generation going out.
Yeah.
Rapping and stuff like that.
Sick all you boys though.
No, we had a yeah, we loved it, man. We had a very good,
some major talent there. Them boys like George and Allison, Carl Fetter,
something like Chocolate Boy.
Yeah.
No, we had all of them, man, all of them, and they're all good souls as well.
Yeah.
I feel like that is Barry gives you a realness in it, and it's
100%. Yeah,
you know.
I've only recently I've always felt love. Don't get me wrong, but like with Rob passing and doing that mural, so that mural turned into something it wasn't meant to be. That was something me and Kyle were just going to go and do. And then obviously he would have been there for whatever. But the first people that pulled up was like his ex-wife and his cousins. And they were like, how are you? Checking on me, seeing if I was okay. Oh, what are you up to? So we're doing a mural for Rob. Like, they're like, what? And then his daughters came, and then everybody come. But the hundreds of people that passed through, the boys, yourself included, and everybody else, the love I felt like, we're like, you know.
Oh yeah, no, it's
we're Barry boys, and like, do you know what I mean? The love is there, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. No, the connection. I still got the same friends from school, innit, as you probably have.
Yeah.
There's not many people that you meet in life that still actually have, because, you know, we grow apart, but I still have the same foundation of friends that I, you know, call up, even though I live away in different places. But like, that's what it is. It's just like a real relationships, you know, just based on, you know.
Yeah, same as me. Like, my closest boys, we've been together since nursery. Lewis, Che, obviously Bishop, and you know, we're still there, like my solid.
Yeah, bro. And I think there's something about this town that is like that. You go through a lot and you spend a lot. And again, probably coming from that generation where like people genuinely left their doors open, you know, knocking for people and now walk in someone's house.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, we're mad nowadays, bro. Walk into someone's kitchen, like, yeah. So no, this I don't know what it is, but it's got some very powerful, strong energies. Yeah, man. I genuinely believe. I think Wales in general, it's untapped. This country's so untapped. There's like excavations of buildings and stuff with Syrian writing and just a lot of ancient stuff, you know. And there's magic mushrooms growing out an hour away, you know. There's just all sorts of like things here that that are either not understood, misunderstood, and it's just a very creative place.
Yeah. So obviously your creativity led you to being an actor. So can we talk about how all that come about and where it all started?
Yeah. where did it start? I guess like acting in terms of, okay, this is what I wanted to do. Really, I would probably say Barry Boys in drama class. It was just one of the things I had a knack for. And I was a joker, I was a prankster. So I kind of remember like doing things that would just either like make people jump or scare them or do something, you know. And I did something in this class, and it was like we were kind of having an argument, and everyone was still going, "Oh fuck, we're gonna fucking fight now." And then my head was going, "Oh shit, they believe in this." It was started splitting off. Oh god, they think we're actually having an argument. And then I was like, "Okay, if they believe that, it means you can do something." And then it was like, yeah, maybe that's what I want to do. Like, yeah, start doing acting. But I never really had the confidence to start it really in school, especially like stage shows. And like, as cool as all the stuff we're talking about with all the camaraderie and stuff, of course, you know, there's the flip side to that. And the flip side to that is like that toxic masculinity where, you know, if you are a man, then you should only be seen doing these three things, maybe playing rugby, football, and kissing girl. You know, anything else outside that box, yeah, it's questionable. And so I was just like, so I was always way too scared, but I was just really wanted to be on there, you know. I was like, I want to be on there, but there's no way I'm getting on there in front of these boys. And funny enough, like the first show they did come to, I was a little bit older. I got ripped for it. Do you know what I mean? I got ripped. As you would. That's what it's like here. Like you just get ripped. Yeah. Doing impressions of me and I, like, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's when it started, and then I went to the thing called the workshop. Shout out to Peter Waldridge, a guy like another kind of Fran character who's really dedicated his life to nurturing child actors, and then teenagers when I sort of met him, and adults also go to him. But you did like a 6-week course there, and then you sort of get selected then if you're going to stay on. And that's really where and it's still my favorite place to work in terms of all that stuff was very improvisational. And so it's like, you know, two guys sat in a chair, bloody, you know, a tarantula starts walking on the table. Like, how are you going to respond to that? You know, and then you just improvise it, right?
Yeah.
And so that's where I'm really, really, really comfortable, just like making something out of nothing. And then I went to drama school after that, and that's when I struggled, because that's when I was like, you got to learn lines and scripts, and that's when I was understanding that I was dyslexic, and I was really struggling to get the dialogue down. And then I just have to just work it as like a craft. And then I was able to merge then to sort of improvisational sort of naturalness that I was just very much who I am into scripts. And then, yeah, started doing theatre for about 4 or 5 years, then started doing television, and now, you know, thankfully doing Netflix shows, and just done Alien for Disney, which has been good, and doing my own things. But that's where it really came from. But I will say probably the film that inspired me the most was Raging Bull. De Niro, because it was the first time I'd seen someone that I knew that was like, oh my God, I can see them in this thing that I'm watching.
Yeah.
I can see like, and you imagine Raging Bull is like so many men like that from Barry, which is like this, you know, hyper masculine, dangerous, but deeply insecure in some way. Something's happened in their life,
Yeah.
you know? And so they're hiding, you know, they go for whatever they go through to try and either overcome it or hide it or something like that. And then I was like, that's just human. And I was like, my God, yeah, that's like, because I grew up watching all the martial art films, but thankfully, you know, you can't really learn a lot of storytelling through acting in those types of movies. So yeah, then I started to just home in then. I'm like, okay, what is it to be a human? Like, what is it to play someone? For instance, like if I was going to play you, like what would I have to know about you to play you? A lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I like to do as well. Just let the fucking know about someone, about something, and then, yeah, just filter it through me then.
Yeah, it's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's a, you know, in terms of the art forms, yeah, like it's an incredible art form purely just based on you're able to reflect life and reflect the times and really, yeah, sort of create something that is also going to have an impact, like, yeah, for me, that's what I like about it, basically. And it's all Shakespeare. You're just basically holding up a mirror to life. Like so people who want to know and understand, oh, what was this like, that living here or growing up here in 1950 something. Well, there's probably a film exactly about that time, that place. Yeah. You can get a feel for it and you can understand it, what the people were like and stuff. So yeah, like the sort of mirror and reflection is definitely a driving force to want to be involved in something like that,
So once you've done the college and stuff like that, what was your first role?
First job. Oh man, the first job was I was sort of chucked into the deep end. It was a very small role in a play called Louisa Miller at the Donmar Warehouse, which is directed by Michael Grandage, who's like a high level theatre director. Amazing creative mind. But at the Donmar, it's kind of famous for, it's an amazing theatre. It's very small, very intimate, but it's famous for movie stars coming to do theatre. So you'd get like a movie star lead, and that's what gives it the buzz, And it's always my first show. And so at the time, it was like Judi Dench's daughter was in the cast as well. And, like, it's my first show. I'm going out there, seeing all these like famous people. Bro, like, I was like, I can't shit. But my leg was just doing this on, I was like, wow. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
What honestly, I felt like my body was going to explode. I was so nervous. So yeah, that was my first time. And then, yeah, just got into it, sort of really enjoyed the kind of theatre life until it got really exhausting. And then, yeah, moved into TV, man, thankfully. So yeah, that's the background.
Yeah. So what was the first TV role?
And first TV role that like moved the needle for me really was probably The Casualty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say, because I got nominated for that role for like a best newcomer, and it was like something you could be on weekly and people will get like, used to your character and stuff like that. So I would say that was the first thing. And then after that, started working on other TV roles, and then probably like Sandman is where it started to like, okay, moving up levels. Now you're on set, completely different vibe. The guy who's focus pulling, he's an expert at that. Everyone is expert. So I was around, okay, everyone's an expert. And you really feel that,
yeah,
in the room, and it's fucking good.
Yeah,
it's good. It's like, you just know everything's taken care of, innit? So you're like, okay, you just got to bring what you need to bring on that day. And then, yeah, so, and that's good. That's really good to like go through the different levels as well, and just like, because sometimes, some things are really quick turnarounds. You got to know how to turn up on set, and we're getting the scene today. We ain't coming back tomorrow for it. And that's what Casualty gave me. You do it now. We can't do it tomorrow. So that really helped me get into stay really present,
Yeah.
And then when I started working on things that were just more high level in different ways, yeah, then you get the time and you get but because you're so used to working quick, you're like, oh, this is really good. I can really just settle into it and feel it and walk around as this person before I get on set. So yeah, and now, yeah, just as I said, you've just did the writing for my film I've just directed.
Yeah.
So now I'm moving into that now as well. Start directing stuff.
Let's talk about that then. So how did, like, I always say it, how did it all come about? How did it start? I try to get a start, the middle, and how it went and how you felt.
I think it's an amalgamation of different things, to be honest, bro. It was like, someone sent me this music video that I should watch, and I watched it. And then I had this script that I was writing, and I was like, oh, I wonder if I can, like, because this music video was so inspiring for me. It was The Blaze. I think the song's called Viral. And I was like, I can maybe use a little bit of this music video in terms of the location, the set, and the feel, and put my characters in this kind of feeling, and then boom, let's see where they go from here.
Yeah.
And so it was like a little amalgamation of different inspirations, really. And what happened though, when I came to filming it, oh, it was crazy. It was so run and gun, brother. It was so run and gun. And I would probably not ever film anything without funding again, but it was something that needed to be done. And I'm so glad we did it that way. But just to give you an example, you know, there was one scene that we were doing like a shoplifting scene. And Jimmy, who's in this piece, is a friend of mine who I met in Guatemala, though I knew he'd be perfect for this role, which he is, and he's fucking phenomenal in it. But he's like, how do you describe it? He'll just say things, he'll blurt things out, maybe the sort of bad timing. And so we were outside the shop, and I said to him, all right, I'm going to go in there now and ask him if we can do this scene. And in my head, he's like, oh, shall I come with you? I don't want to be rude. So I go, yeah, okay. I should have said no. But actually, I shouldn't have said no, because how it turned out was great. But anyway, you go in there. I asked the guy if we're going to film. Well, I tell him, we're just going to come in here, film me picking some items up. And he's like, yeah, that's absolutely fine, lad. Come in here and do that tomorrow, 1 o'clock. Okay, perfect. And then as we're walking out, Jimmy turns around and goes, yeah, it's a shoplifting scene, mate, but we're not going to rob anything. We'll put it back. And I go, oh, no. He's mentioned don't mention shoplifting. Anyway, come back the next day. The guy's like, no, guys. Told the boss, there's no way you're doing a shoplifting scene in here. And so I was like, we only had this one day to film it. So I went to other shops. In two of the shops, I'd met the manager, and I sort of had a plan B, you know, just in case. And he was not there. The other guy in the other shop wasn't there. And then there was this really old lady in the end shop. And I just looked at her and I went, it's just done. We definitely ain't doing it. And then I asked her, and she just said, yeah. She's like, yeah, absolutely, come in. I was like, and so what then I started to realize, I started to just take the reins off the film, because I was like, it's kind of making itself. It's doing, so something's going on here.
Yeah.
You're like, and it was doing that all the time. Every time we would come up to some sort of big obstacle, we just, you know, it was like another sort of path would just emerge, and we would get it done. So yeah, no, I'm super, super happy with it, bro. Editing it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's really, 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 really good.
When's that going to be ready eventually?
I think it can be done, like, edited within the month. Yeah, it's really cool, man. I've got like 2 editors in Mexico that are working on it, and also like a whole music team, man. So like the score and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Again, like all these pieces coming together. It just feels like something else is helping me make it, really. And I never really felt that. Yeah, I never really
That's because that's going to take you somewhere else as well. It's just the beginning of something.
Well, yeah.
Your trajectory, so to speak.
Yeah, no, so yeah, definitely going down that road. So yeah, man, I'll just send you a copy as soon as it's done, brother.
I can't wait to see it, bro, man.
That'll be good.
So like, where's that going to go out on? Do you think is that like Netflix, or is that just going to be like...
This will probably be like, first of all, it'll probably go to like film festivals.
Yeah.
And like sort of get my name out there as a director, writer as well, you know, and sort of create that. But we'll see. I'll put it forward to like some Welsh TV commissioners as well, and we'll see like what we can do with it. But mainly it's like, you know, for me, can you make film? If you and I feel like, yeah, is the answer. So if I can do that, then this is just this, like you say, it's just a start.
Yeah.
And then we'll go forward, because I've got like feature films that I've written and in talks with certain companies about making that. But
Do you feel like you had to do that? Do you feel like it was like a natural? So say, like a lot of footballers, they go on to be like managers or coaches, but not even that actually. Do you feel like you needed to do that to become a bigger package?
SBS Salvage, South Wales #1 vehicle dismantler and car part specialist. Serving customers throughout the region for the past 10 years. You are sure to receive the very best price for your scrap or salvage vehicles. Just check out our websites, Scrap Car Cardiff or even sbssalvage.com to get an instant online quote. We buy all cars, vans, etc. Should you need any part for your car or van, then don't hesitate to call us, and our dedicated parts department will definitely be on hand to assist you. We also offer the very best prices for copper, brass, lead, aluminium and all other types of metals. Just give our friendly staff a call on 01446 421 034, Monday to Friday 9 to 5 or Saturday 9 to 1 to receive a price, or come down to our depot in the rear of the unit, 7 Redrup Business Park, Cardiff Road, Barry, CF63 2QW. We also don't just buy cars and sell parts. We also sell part-worn tyres at the very best prices at our depot on Robbins Lane in Barry, CF63 1QT. Call us Monday to Friday 9 to 5 on 01446 701 515, where we will assist you in any way we possibly can.
it was probably just always kind of a natural progression. But I think I'm not someone who's going to direct other people's scripts and stuff like that. Like, I would only probably direct my own vision. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know, if I'm honest. I never really, looking back on, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to be a director. I'm definitely going to write things. But when I just like think about it, I'm thinking about films all the time. It's it's just not really putting a strong identity on top of it and going, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this. But I just say like anything, I'm just an artist, and we'll see where and what hands we can use along the way, really.
Yeah, wicked. So like the Alien film, that's like, cause I just saw something for that today. So like, how do you get these, like, 'cause this is like massive, right?
Yeah. No, obviously it's a huge franchise. To be honest, bro, I'll be honest, like sometimes I didn't know what I was auditioning for, It was written under some other name. So if I'm honest, you don't know what you're doing, do you? So you're like, it doesn't evoke any emotion. It doesn't make you go, fuck, I want to do this.
Yeah.
It's like, here's the name of the character, here's the lines. That's all I knew. And then I got the call to say, hey, look, you got the job. They want to put you in this. So great. What is it? It was like, they thought I already knew. It was like, well, it was the Alien franchise.
Yeah.
They're filming it in Thailand. I was like, Alien? Fuck, I just auditioned for Alien. And who knows, if I'd have known I was auditioning for it, I may have been a bit more, gotta get this right, gotta get this perfect, whereas I didn't know. So I just didn't have any. It frees you up. You know what it's like, maybe when you put the pressure on yourself to do it right.
And I'm guessing with acting, the more natural it comes, it's got to be better, right?
Yeah.
You're not acting like Treving.
Yeah, exactly.
But people can tell you're acting. It's like,
the game's up.
Yeah. Got to melt into it, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe, because even now, like, of course, if I get a really something really cool that comes in, I'm like, I'll work on it. But I'm trying to learn a bit, like, sometimes, you work on it, but do it from a place of there's no pressure on it at all. Like, you just did what you did instinctively, and you weren't thinking about to get something or to even play this role in many ways. It's like, what's my interpretation of this? What's my feeling of this scene? I think that's a really interesting version of it. I'll send them that, and then that's it. So yeah, that really helped anyway, not knowing. But yeah, filming that was amazing. Like, filming it in Thailand, they had like all the, you know, because obviously the older films, they made everything, didn't they? The sets,
Yeah.
everything was like handcrafted, really, and they basically gone back to that old school way. So getting on set, I was in places where I was like, let's say there's a bit where we're walking through like loads of like food markets in these high-rise buildings, and it's very like busy and stuff like that, and it's a place. So, and then it took me a minute to go, oh my God, this isn't even a place, it's a set. It's like building King Square.
Yeah.
You're thinking it's King Square, but it's not. Everything's being created and built. I was like, this is off the scale.
Wow.
Like, yeah. And so then obviously when you're in that world, this helps a lot, because you don't really, that was the thing about Alien, you didn't have to act with your imagination very much. You didn't need it. You were on a spaceship.
Yeah.
You were, you know, in these little buildings looking at these tanks with all these little things. You were doing everything that you would probably do if it was a real life. So like any jumps and all that was just, it's all real. It was sketchy. So yeah, no, it's out now anyway. It came out yesterday, so.
Wicked, man. So do you think that's like, is that like the biggest thing you've, when I say biggest, I don't really know, because it might be big. Well, fucking hell, that's massive, an Alien, but it might not be big to you. So like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, exactly what you mean. Yeah, in terms of like the show and how big that show and that franchise is, yeah, hands down, it's definitely the biggest. But in terms of, you know, me being an actor, what I would consider big is the challenge, innit? It's the challenge of the role and stuff like that. And that has interesting challenges, of course. But it's also a very stylistic piece. And so like, in terms of like at the moment I'm playing someone who is an alcoholic who has lost their daughter. So that challenge is like,
Yeah.
you know,
Huge.
Yeah. So that for me is like, but do you know what I mean? It's how you, but yeah, Alien, for me, the way I see Alien, if I'm honest, it's like, that's a childhood dream come true, because that's something I watched as a kid 1,000,000 times.
Yeah.
That with Terminator 2.
Yeah.
And I ended up doing it. So for me, that's like, you know, like a blessed job sort of opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you in this as a kid. So you loved this as a kid. And now I'm with the guy who's playing the alien, you know, and even people like that are interesting, bro, because I'm asking him, how do you play an alien? He's in the suit, isn't he? And he's like, we're in a taxi and you're talking. He's like, and he just starts moving. Starts smelling. I'm just looking at him going, oh God, he's just turning into it now. And I'm like, well, he's like, he's saying he's blind and he's got to use his senses. So, and he's describing it and I'm going, fuck. So yeah, man, there's something for everyone, man, especially in the art world. But, and Noah Hawley, it's a Ridley Scott production, but Noah Hawley is the director.
Yeah.
And I just knew I was in the presence of like, this guy's a genius.
Yeah. Do you think he's going to kick on from this now?
Yeah, I mean, he directed a series called Fargo, and when I watched that, I was like, this is very unique, the style, the tone, super, super interesting. And then I met him, and yeah, he's just, how would you describe? Quite, I had to describe anyone as a whole person, but my experience with him was, you know, he must be able just to hold so much in his head, bro, like everything. And he's almost, when he's speaking to him, it's almost like you can see things unfolding out before him. And he's like telling me little things maybe I should consider. Oh, consider this, consider that. And I'm like, he said like 2 things and he just made my performance so much better. And it was never the things I would expect someone to say. So I was like, this guy's smart, really, really smart.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that's probably one of the things I would say that I love the most, is just getting on set, working with the best actors I can work with, the best writers and the best directors. or the most, inspiring or whatever it may be. And that's my drug, actually. I get so buzzed off that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my buzz.
Who's the best actor you worked with?
Ooh,
Or actress?
well, that's a tough one. I won't say who I think is the best, but I'll say who I feel taught me the most. And he's not with us anymore. He was an actor called Tim Pigott-Smith. He was a great actor. He played King Lear. And he took a liking to me. And so we would just go out on dinners quite a lot. And this is a guy that's like, at the time, he's in his like late 60s. Done tons of television, tons of film, tons of theatre. And he would just like give me little... In fact, he did this one thing which no actor would ever do, bro. I mean, he had an audition when we were doing it. And he said, okay, Lloyd, would you help me with this audition? I said, yeah, of course. So I'm behind the camera reading. He said, no, come in do it with me face to face. And I was like, confused. I was like, but it's your audition, And he was like, no, but they might like you as well. There might be something in it for you. Bro, that level of generosity and how like panicky actors are, because you're living in like a very uncertain, and a lot of uncertainties going on. So for the generosity to just go, because he might not have got I might have got something in that, and he might not have.
Yeah.
And to him,
that's everything, isn't it? People do that kind of gesture. To me, it's everything. I feel like
honestly, it was.
Yeah.
And I watched him how he was like, he was getting scripts and he was like reading it to me, and he was going, see, that doesn't sound right. That doesn't work. I was like, so he's teaching me like how to nuance some things, if to make it work, and especially around the camera, because I had the no camera by then. And he was like talking to me through all the things to be considering when you said about if you can see the acting, it's not working. He's like, yeah, you don't act, you just think, I don't know, it took me ages to realize, don't act, you just think. What does he mean by that? And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, you just being real. They're trying to do just whatever the brain does, the body does, whatever it does, just trying to bring that realness into that situation. And no one ever's, and we might be acting in a situation. For instance, if I want something from you, I'm probably going to ask nicely, but something terrible has just happened, and I don't want to show you that it's happened. So I'm going to say, hey, Castor, do you mind if you borrow me a tenner? But really inside, I'm like,
Yeah.
So it was like understanding those dynamics and just watching people, bro, as well. Just watching people. That's I also get a lot from that. Yeah, just observations.
Can we talk about the money?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can talk about the monies.
So like, I'm just coming from a point of view of where like, fucking hell, Lloyd Everitt, he's in fucking Alien. How much did he get it? That body mentality, like, so like, I obviously don't want to know how much, but are we like, and what's the gap? So like, say like a...
Yeah, I mean, like, it's an American company, so you get paid like probably like triple what you'd get if they were filming that here, and that was like a British production.
Yeah,
it would probably be a quarter of what you really get.
Yeah,
I would probably say.
Is that because it's like, oh, that's Hollywood? Like,
yeah, I think it's Hollywood, and it's so much money involved.
Yeah,
and you got so much money that you can pick and choose who you want, and there's just a higher rate of wage in America.
Yeah.
Especially in the arts, So, but yeah, no, I mean, I've done well, but what I will say though, in terms of money and in terms of that kind of stuff, I have in my head what I feel my value is.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if I can, my value is as an actor, my value is as a filmmaker, and just all of it. What does it tie up to?
Yeah.
And I base that on what I'm seeing. Oh, okay, this actor's worth this much. What can he do? What can she do? Okay, then I must be worth this then, So I just try and look at it and go, what can I actually do? and then putting the value on it. And so yeah, like
Do you have to negotiate a contract before you sign up to? So they say, okay, you got the part, so to speak.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, let's talk turkey, like.
Yeah. No, for sure, bro, for sure. Oh yeah, no, my agent. Shout out to Anna Tune, she's amazing. Yeah, she's a great negotiator, man. So, and someone who understands me as well, because that's part of the agents. It's like if there was a manager for the things that you do, you know, he'd have to know, well, what are your favorite colors to work with? What is the style? What's the kind of wall you want? You know, they know.
Like, this ain't right for Lloyd.
Yeah.
That's right for Lloyd.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So like having someone
and it's putting energies in, and it's like, that's perfect for you. I'm gonna fucking get you that. Like,
yeah, exactly. So yeah, I've got that. But yeah, man, yeah, it's an interesting time, brother. Like, you know, like, because also I see acting a little bit like, well, most actors don't get paid as much as, say, like boxers and stuff like that. And but your shelf life as an actor is until you die or until your memory is gone. That's touch wood, that doesn't happen. Not the death, but the memory gone. So then if you're having a career where, you know, you're working this period of time, then you're not working for another period of time, then you're working again, it's like it has to pay well, no?
Of course, yeah.
Because it's going to be, and then I think that's across the board. Like even people like gaffers and stuff like that on set, they're on bare money. Like yeah, like people who are like they get paid a lot to be on set, really.
Even the guys filming stuff. This guy here, he cost me a fortune.
Yeah, man. Even these guys. But again, it's like you need every component, you need every part, and I think that's another thing what I love about it. You can't really do it on your own.
Nah.
You know.
Yeah.
But this is a good thing, because it just means you build a community, or you build a team, or you build, you know, something, like you say, we talked about the Squid Ninjas. It's like, and the more people you have that are more like-minded, it has a bigger energy field, and you can go out there and do more with it. So,
yeah, with those guys, we fucking felt invincible, bro.
Yeah, bro, I could best like imagine
with the fucking bollocks. Like,
how often were you like in the studios and making stuff or writing stuff?
Every day. And that's where it come naturally. We lived there. We lived Lewis, so Heckler had the one in Robert Street, and me and Picton just moved in. Rob had a room, I had a room, Lewis had a room, studio downstairs, and the beat was just constantly playing. So you go about your everyday life.
Yeah.
Bam. Once you enter that.
That's fire, man.
And it's like, oh, actually, I'm ready for that now. I'm ready for that tune.
Yeah.
And then other people coming in, and then I never really paid too much attention, and then the finished one would be there then.
Boom.
Or some nights we go up, and everyone would be there, and it'd be like, there's the beat, there's the beat, there's the beat, there's the beat, and you go away, live your life, write the beat, and then all come back.
And get on there.
It was great. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even like Che, you know, because Che was he was a bit older than me, so I wasn't, he was someone I kind of looked at from afar, you know, and he was involved in the DJing and showing people and stuff like that. But I always loved and respected his music. But then it wasn't only until I got in the studio with him where I was like, this is actually like a sick pastime. Like, I could just stay here, do nothing, turn my phone off, and just watch someone create a beat out of nothing.
Yeah.
It starts with just like a snare or some drum or whatever. And then by the end of the day, shit, man, it's like rainbow of things going on.
Yeah.
And then, so definitely want to mention that as well. So then what happened is I was basically making up songs.
Oh, yeah, because you've done an album with Che, didn't you?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so we made an album. Basically what happened, we were just going to make, the first idea was I was going to make like a comedic R&B soul sort of thing. And I was going to make like 4 songs and do these 4 videos. I was going to make it like a complete sort of comedic sort of music video thing. And then we ended up doing it. And then we're like, by the time we're really, really into it, we're like 10 songs deep. And then whilst we're making the music, the things that we're talking about, so then this character started to emerge from the music and the lyrics that we were writing. And so there's the character is this. His name's Brondell Winston. There's been like no orgasms on Earth, like it's dead. And so like it's affecting the equilibrium of the whole universe. And so this character, Brondell Winston, is from the planet Clitoron. He's like, they go through like these tests to get the best level or whatever on this planet Clitoron to go to Earth to, make love to everybody, to bring the equilibrium back. So we did that. And all the songs are very like, funny, sexual innuendos, but it's Che producing it all. And this is the person I loved whose music. So I've actually created an album with Che that like I would actually choose to make.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't like, if I was like, I don't know, someone who was working with producers, or you go and get this beat from a Dre or this beat from a Pharrell, you get the things that like you want on your album. I feel like I've got that from one person. Like I really like that kind of soulful sound that you can make there. I really love that hip hop beat that you can make there, and it's like, it's mad.
He would have loved that Che as well, though, because his sense of humor, bro. That's one of my greatest pleasures in life. Yeah, when I get him laughing, I feel like, yes, I'm doing something in this world. Like, do you mean, God, like, there's been times in our life as well when I only got to like look, and he's only got to look once, and there's someone else, and I'm just like, bro,
you just know life.
That's like,
yeah. That's funny. Oh, bro, like,
same with Bishop as well. He is the funniest man I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, he's quick, man.
He is, bro.
His brain is quick.
He has had me. I'm like, right, you fucking happy now? I have wet myself, bro. I've wet myself in public, bro. I'm like, bro, I'm a grown-ass man. I need to go, like he's just had me creasing, bro. It's like, man. People don't really see it because he's fucking, do you know what I mean? He's on job, and he like, but like when it's just comedy.
Yeah, and it's someone you grew up with as well, isn't it? So it's like, you know how those jokes are like, they're sort of in jokes, isn't they? Because they're in your little
they got fucking hundreds of in jokes.
Yeah. So it's proper that. And that for me as well, which is another fallen soldier, and it would definitely be wrong to not mention Buddha, who was like my best friend growing up, really. And it always feels weird even to call him a friend, bro, because for me, he was like a brother.
Yeah.
But when we're talking about funny, like, there's not a person that I ring up in my whole phone book or I've even met in my life where I go, remember, ring, I need to laugh. I just need to laugh. Yeah. I know for a fact he's going to say something, and it's going to make me laugh. And I mean, Jordan's already told the story, so I don't mind telling this. I want to tell it right. But like, Jordan was saying, it's Jordan Ross now, Buddha was sleeping at his house, and Buddha was like, oh, it's mad, isn't it? And Jordan's like, whoa, what's mad? How your head's able to stay on your shoulders is so big, like. But they're like just luring you into somewhere, and then he's got a joke around the corner for you on every single thing, and he's nicknamed everybody.
Yeah.
Everyone's got nicknames, so that's, I missed that. And I think Barry's got that in general. It's quite a funny, jokey town as well.
Well, he was on point with the Barry comedy one, but it's just like, it's just a way in it, like, yeah,
it's the way with words, wordsmith, comedic wordsmith.
Yeah.
But again, the memorial down, a quick little one on that actually. So when I wanted to do a memorial for Bud, I was like, where are we going to put it? Anyway, went down Gibby, said that wall there is perfect, let's do that. Let's ask the person who lives there. Didn't know who lived there, knocked the door. Girl answers, I recognise her face. And then it's my friend Damien's sister, and then it all starts coming back to me. I said, oh my God, this is Buddy actually used to live in this house.
No, did he?
Yeah, he used to live in that house.
Wow.
So the one house I chose was the house that he actually lived in that I completely forgot about. I knocked his house for like 10 years.
Wow.
And then we got it there and we got it done. But like even that was weird. I was like, it's got a memorial sprayed on the house that he used to live in. And yeah, just coming into Barry and stuff like that and seeing it. Yeah, that one for me, you know, they always say, don't you just never get over it. You just live with it, you know, but yeah, that
was a fucking bad one.
Yeah.
And like, I didn't really get too close to Buddha, like, but we were always like, Buddha, do you know what I mean? Sat in there, bro. And, but when he passed, then the outpouring of, like, you know, it was fucking. And I got to see a bit of his personalities. People that put him videos and shit then, and I'm like, fuck me, like, he's a funny, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, of course, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, yeah, that was awful, man. I was rooting for him. And, yeah, I was gutted for you guys, man.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And Timmy and everyone else.
Yeah, of course, Timmy, the family, you know, his mum, Susie.
Yeah.
Sister, Trina, you know, they've all... He's a different character, you know, like, I mean, I literally grew up with him because he's my age, but like, I don't know anyone that loved, genuinely loved by most people, really. You know? And he just brought the medicine, man, and the medicine is the laughter, innit? Do you know what I mean? Like, if someone's bringing that to the table every time you see them, it's the fucking, you know, because even when they're complaining about something or they're angry about something, they still find a way to put a joke in, even in that. So it's like, yeah, man. So rest in peace, as they say.
Rest in peace, brother, man.
Yeah.
So plans for the future, bro, before we go? Anything?
Yeah, so this album now is being picked up by an animation team.
Yeah.
So we're working with this team in London called Anabox. Shout out to Jide. He loves that idea. So we're developing the characters. Shooting a series now. It will be out probably next year. And finish and complete this one that I've done in Barry called Basra, which you have done the sign for.
Yeah, I got a tag on it.
Yeah, bro. Wicked. Oh, no. Oh, you know what we never told you about, bro?
Well,
we have to talk about it.
All right.
Because obviously I did a bit of graffiti, yeah? And I was like, no one knew who I was for ages. Even many years. You asked me, were you spraying this? And I was mute.
Yeah.
But no one knew, no, like, people don't know. Like, so it was like, because I wasn't part of the graph gang. I used to literally go out on my own, love the graph.
Yeah.
You know?
Doing it the right way, really. That's how it's meant to be done.
Yeah, just like my cousin's on the lookout.
Yeah.
But I loved it, bro. I loved that.
Yeah.
What a thrill.
I couldn't get the, in Barry, I couldn't be anonymous. So, like, for instance, yeah, I did one over Legoland. Middle of the night, right? Say the middle of the night, about fucking midnight. I'm dressed like a fucking ninja. All you can see is my eyes. I'm all in black. I'm just marking it up. Guy on the balcony, Kesto, do you want a cup of tea? I'm like, fucking go on, I can. I spray it up. You know, girl walks past, Leanne Arden. Hi, Kesto, right? I'm going, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny, bro. Yeah, I loved it, man. You know, like I mean, I could only do one dub in it. So, like, and for drawing and shit like that, I was terrible. But I could just do one dub.
Yeah. Everyone in Bali could, our generation, couldn't they?
Yeah.
Everyone had the tag, everyone had the dub.
Yeah. And I was like, yo. And I just enjoyed it, man. So.
Yeah, I've been living off that shit ever since, man. I'm still going, bro.
Bro, you're smashing it, man. Honestly, I'm so glad that you are. How many people, like we say, put down the gift or leave the gift in the pocket, man? So just keep them out, bro. Spray forever, man. It's super talent, bro.
Thank you, bro. Well, bro, thanks for coming. And
of course, man.
So proud of you, man.
Thank you, bro.
It's amazing, brother.
I'm proud of you as well. And thank you for doing and bringing back that community to Barry, bro. It's important, man.
Thanks, bro.
It's important, bro. Nice and brother.